Good morning, Leeds United fans. It is Monday, the 2nd of June. Hopefully, this week, we'll see some transfer activity or at least some targets becoming closer to being Leeds United players. Maybe we'll see some players leaving and exiting stage left. We've got it all covered on the Just Joe Football Show. Big up to you all. It is nice and early, isn't it, this morning? Everyone's saying Nick Pope in the chat. Do you know something I don't know? Is that an option for Leeds potentially? Yeah, of course. Especially if Newcastle are going after goalkeepers, then why not? Why not? I'm up nice, bright and early. I've done my prayers. I've done my meditation. I thought, you know what? Let's jump on and talk about the current state of play, what we know, what we don't know, etc. The Mail are reporting Nick Pope. Are they? Let's have a look at this then. Is this something that's... was that yesterday, actually? I might have actually started that. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yes to Pope. Yeah, I would take him. Yeah. Captain Maximus says, I'm buzzing to your KP potentially coming back. You're on your own. Well, me and you and a few others. Danny's tagged me in it. Big up to Danny. I thought someone had done that, mate. You're right. Let's have a look. Yeah, I got it yesterday. I am sorry. I did see that. Leeds I move for Nicholas. The Newcastle goalkeeper, Nicholas Pope, as Magpies renew interest in Burnley's 30 million James Trafford. James Trafford agreed to join Newcastle last summer, but the deal fell through. Nick Pope could depart the Magpies if the 22-year-old completes his move. The only issue I see with that is whether or not Burnley will sell Trafford and whether or not Newcastle will pay for Trafford. If they'd stayed in the Championship, it's an easy deal to do. But now they're a Premier League club. Is it a given? I'm not so sure. Because if they couldn't get him last summer when he was a Championship goalkeeper, why all of a sudden can they get him this? You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be as sold on that as an idea as most. Would I love Pope? Yes. But I think he's easily gettable. It all depends on if Newcastle can get Trafford. I don't think they can. What's it going to take to get James Trafford? Really? What did Burnley pay for James Trafford? I'm interested to... It's not at all, Jamie. It's not all. I'm really like this. Right, it's day two. Day two, first and foremost. If Brentford are going for a player that we're going for, he's going to go to Brentford. You have to come round to that idea. It's nothing to do with Leeds' complacency. They'd have had conversations with Keevan. 100%. Not dragging the feet. It's just Brentford are a better proposition than Leeds United right now. It is not complacency. Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. We do not know what negotiations have gone down. So Burnley paid 15 million for James Trafford from Man City in July of 23, with the deal potential to reach 19 million with add-ons. So let's just say, who says we got trouble? Who says we got trouble? Because we didn't get Kelleher. But that doesn't signal trouble. This is what I'm saying. There's no, like, just what I would say, Jamie, is just don't be angry like your moniker, like your emoji thing here, like your display picture. You have to come round to the fact there's no trouble in signing a player. We have no trouble in signing a player because we sign players. Just because we didn't get Kelleher, look, we have to realise that right now Brentford is a more attractive proposition than Leeds United. So if Kelleher had an option between us and Brentford, he's going to pick Brentford. And the quicker people come round to that idea, that's where we're at. And it's day two of the transfer window. Day two. Yesterday was day one. Today, day two. Opened on the 1st of June. It's open till, let's have a look, till the 10th. It shuts on the 10th, then reopens again on the 16th, I believe. Yes, it reopens again on the 16th. Yeah, exactly, yeah. There's nothing to say we don't just... Yeah, exactly, 100%. 100% Webber. You're right as well, but people... Because I'm telling you now, and I'll make this prediction. I said it yesterday, and me and the lads, the Final Word lads, have been saying it for weeks. Wait for the trope of, does Farke have pull? Because that's what's coming. I can feel it in my waters. That's what it'll be. Farke can't get him over the line. That's what's coming, I'm telling you. But yeah, back to James Trafford and whether or not he would move to Newcastle. I'm not so sure. Because it's going to cost somewhere, and this might sound wild, but for me, to get James Trafford after the season he's just had, the career that he can go on to have, I think it's going to cost circa 30 million. And I don't think that's wild. Now, you might laugh as I say that. I would hope some of you probably agree. If they paid 15 million for a relatively unknown, obviously he wasn't unknown in the scouting circles, and those who watch youth football would have known about James Trafford and his penalty exploits at the England under-21s and all that sort of stuff. He is unbelievable from penalties. You see a video where Cole Palmer says he saves these. He's unbelievable. And he saves them. And when they win the World Cup, and Cole Palmer says, I told you, man, the guy's amazing. So people knew about Trafford. I didn't, obviously. But then he moves to Burnley for 15 million, rising to 19 when he hasn't played first-team football. He's now had 2 seasons as Burnley's number 1. Kept the most clean sheets, double penalty saves, and all this sort of stuff. So for me, you're looking at 30 million. Because he's a goalkeeper who will go on to be England's number 1 for a lot. He's 22. He's got 10 years left at the top, really. He's still got 10 years. Yeah, and like Jamie says there, so I don't see a situation where Newcastle pay that. Because why didn't they get him last summer? He'd have been cheaper. Now, if they get him, happy days. Because if they get him, then there's an opportunity for Leeds United to get Nick Pope, which would be a no-brainer. For me. Yeah, true, mate. But we know there's PSR, FFP issues at Newcastle. At every club, really. So, look, would I take Nick Pope? 100%, you know this. I think we just need a goalkeeper who's experienced and can keep goal. I've seen someone put it on Twitter, and I agree with them that he will save us 5-6 points a season with his goalkeeping. And again, you know, like Newcastle coincidentally have missed out on Liam Delap, Dean Hulson, who's gone Madrid. They missed out on Guehi. You know, they've tried to get other players. They're the richest club in the world, and they're not. It's just sometimes clubs beat you to players, and that's what's happened with Kevin Kelleher. I wouldn't get too downbeat about it. I think the goalkeeper, as we've seen with the price for Kelleher, we can get a decent replacement at a decent price. We might have to wait for someone to come and take Melier before we're willing to do a deal. You know, I mean, it's so disingenuous, Jermaine. You didn't watch enough Burnley, is what I would say to you, because the guy saved them points. He made a double penalty save, man. For God's sake, Melier can't even save a penalty, let alone one after the other. But let's not do that. It's disingenuous to say that, because people who watch Burnley on the regular and saw them will know how good James Trafford is. He's unbelievable. There is a shot, I forget which game it is, and I go, no keeper is saving that. No keeper is saving it as it hits the crossbar. It's a worldly strike. You play it back, Trafford tipped it onto the crossbar. Forget which game it was towards the end. He is an unbelievable goalkeeper at 22. Will be England's number 1. And trust me when I say he's top draw. So to say that anybody there, it's disingenuous. Right, so you're changing your point now. It's still disingenuous, your main point. Yeah, it was Watford, wasn't it? Karam, who was it? Began with a K. I remember the strike, though. Kilgallen remembers it. Vicarage Road. It was a worldie, wasn't it? It was a worldie. And the fact that we can all draw on that and remember it says that. There you go. There's a great point as well. We literally conceded less chances, so how would you do better at Burnley? Yeah, in terms of XG against, we had a lower XG against than Burnley. We actually had the best XG against in the division, and we conceded umpteen goals. They conceded 14. Oh, let's not do that. Kayembe, that was it. Adam knows the score. Yeah, so yeah, Kayembe with that worldie strike. Look, if I'm Newcastle, I'm paying it because you're getting him for 10 years. Let's be honest. You can have him for 10 years. Your goalkeeper's sorted. Newcastle are going places. You say, listen, you be our number one for 10 years. We're back in the Champions League. We won a trophy. It's an easy move to make for a player. If they pay for it, happy days. We get Nick Pope, and I would love Nick Pope. I would love Nick Pope. Nick Pope is shite with his feet. That's what's kept him from playing for England on a regular basis. He is not great with his feet, so that's something we do have to take into consideration. But for me, in the short term, I don't really care. I just want a goalkeeper that can keep goal. I want a goalkeeper that will keep shots out of his fucking net. And Nick Pope will do that for you. 100% Nick Pope will do that for you. Corners, Nick Pope, assured from corners. We can't have a goalkeeper that's flaky from set pieces. Because set pieces in the Premier League, puff. Unbelievable. You've even got Arsenal, who finished second in the Champions League, later rounds, quarter-final. That is their wheelhouse. So this is what we're dealing with on a regular basis. So you need... They used to be, Matty. They used to be. Not so much now. Not so much now, brother. But Pope is one of them. That's actually good with his hands. He's shot stopping. He's assured. He's experienced. He's been around in the Premier League. He's played at a big club in Newcastle with vociferous support. And he'd be cheap as chips, wouldn't he? If we're being honest, Nick Pope would be cheap as chips. Wonder what Nick Pope's. He's 33. 2-year deal. I'm taking it. He's 33. I'd love to know what did Newcastle pay for him. It'll be next to nothing, won't it? It'll be next to nothing. Give Nick Pope a 2-year deal. 32, yeah, exactly, man. Newcastle paid 10 million for Nick Pope in 2022. 3 years on now, 5 million. The deal was structured with an initial upfront payment of around about 3 million, with the remaining amount paid in yearly installments. We're seeing this a lot now, obviously, with PSR, FFP, because what happens is you can pay it in installments, but the club bank it as pure profit, don't they, or the way it works or whatever. But on our balance sheet, it can show as being amortized over the length of the contract. But yeah, if they were willing to accept that at that time, I don't think they'll get that though, Jamie. If they paid for him 10 million, we won't pay 10 million for him 3 years on from that deal being signed. No way. I think we'll pay about 5. And that's not bad at all, is it, really? You can't pay 10 million for Nick Pope when Kevin Keller has just gone for 12, rising up to 18, admittedly, but no. 5 million, and that's a no-brainer. 100% nice and cheap. And when we're talking about players in each position, obviously Sky Sports mentioned that Leeds have set aside £30 million for each position. If you were to spend 5 or even 10, let's say Jamie's right and we have to play premium and we pay 10, that 20 million then is sloshing around for squad additions, or then goes to on being able to up the price of your striker from 30 to 40 million and stuff like that. You know, the cookies will crumble. The dominoes will fall. But Nick Pope to Leeds, it's a no-brainer. I am going to stick a poll in the chat. I'd imagine this is a bit of a landslide, but Nick Pope to Leeds? Yes or no? Starting that poll. Ryan, that's a great shout, which we hadn't even factored in. Could Nick Pope be involved in any sort of deal to go to Burnley? Wow. DJ said the same. How did I not see that? How did I not think about that? It is a no-brainer, as you say. She was trying to say this. That's, yeah. Love Pope at least, but what? I don't think it's deluded, is it, Nick? Because they need to look to the future, mate. And if they want Trafford, then that's why. I think he was injured a bit last season as well, because Dubravka played for a lot. So there was talk of Dubravka going to Saudi Arabia, and he never. He thought he'd played his last game and then didn't. So, seen Burnley linked to some foreign keepers lately. Yeah, listen, there's a changing of the guard at Burnley. Let's not forget as well American ownership. Maybe they take it down a different route. So maybe that's why they don't go back in for Pope. But it is something worth considering. If you are Burnley, you probably do make that decision, don't you? But Burnley, it's not ideal for them, really, because they've lost Egan Riley to Strasbourg. And if they lose the keeper as well, that defensive triangle that was so good, it's looking a little bit bleak for them, you know. But I do feel that throughout the day, we will see more and more links come out. And that's why I wanted to set off early, sort of get a grounding, see where we're at, what we know up to this point. And as the day develops, I genuinely think more stuff will come out as the day goes on, to be honest. I think this first 10 days could be quite frantic. And then we go again, don't we? So there's a lot of reports now as well on Liam Rosenior Strasbourg going after Mateo Joseph. I'm okay with it. I don't think we're in a place to be able to wait for players to find their form. I think we all understand now, because we don't have the magic of Bielsa. We were burnt by the Premier League and going for these glamour signings and going for youth and all that sort of stuff. We need oven-ready players, right? So if Joseph is to be sold and that money is pure profit, which would be above 10 million, I think the club would get for him. For a striker, under 21, Spain international, you're getting over 10 million. That then goes straight on as profit. That can be then used, obviously, to bring in someone who's ready. You know, who's ready. Welcome to the Pensioners Show. It's looking like that, isn't it, mate? Getting rid of the youth and getting rid of the youth and bringing in the olders. Get a fat sell-on clause. It's a good shout. You know. I think if they're there to be done, I don't think the club will mess about, mate. I don't think they'll mess about, because I think with the Premier League, if you're not fast, you're last. You know, well said about Joseph. No, we can't, mate. We can't with anybody. We've tried that. And if we look at like the Somervilles, the Rutters and stuff, they actually didn't come into their own until the Championship. We need players who can come into their own in the Premier League. So, yeah. But what's the purpose of this, though, Nipper? So he can come. That's what I'm saying. Whereas the club can sell now. And look, we might get burnt by it, but ultimately, we might be a stabilised Premier League club. So I'm not asked. You know? So, yeah, we haven't seen a lot of where. I know people will hark back to Chelsea, and I understand that, but a lot of it's been done in the youth setup, and when there's not been pressure. And maybe going out to France for Strasbourg might help. Yeah, I agree, Tyler. Agreed. I agree with this as well. And I think what I'll say as well, Jamie, I think they will be different. If they're not, I'll be surprised, because in the Championship, they've waited because a player like Solomon, a player like Spence, and, you know, those the season before, come available late in the window from Premier League clubs. But now we're the Premier League club. So Championship clubs will be waiting for us to make a decision on players. We the head of the table now. Put your ones up. Do you know what I mean? So I agree with you. We can't leave it late. Of course, there might still be one that comes available, like Rafinha and all that sort of stuff, and you keep your powder dry. But I think we need to move on. Again, Ian, we're not in a position to be able to demand that. I don't think if you're a City, if you're a Liverpool, you can do these sort of clauses. We're going to be selling him to a club who's going to go, well, nah, where? Look, if Strasbourg are serious, the aim is to get him to Chelsea. So you're not getting no buyback. I don't think. I think what they're doing is obviously farming all the youth and selling it on. That's what they're doing. And they have that Blue Core group. Leeds United might do something similar. The 49ers, obviously, they've now invested in Rangers, which is a shrewd move because they give you regular. If they can get back to the top of Scottish football, they give you regular Champions League revenue. It's a no-brainer. Leeds United, if we can get back to Europe with the size of the club, it's a no-brainer. So, what they might then do is look to maybe buy a club in Spain. You don't know, do you? But that is definitely the model in which it's going. Football right now, really, City Group, Blue Coat, all this. It's the way football is going, isn't it? Franchise. America, baby. I was listening to something the other day, actually, on about an 18-team Premier League and stuff, and then it just put the shits up me a bit because they were talking about American ownership and how many of the clubs now are American and you only need 14 clubs to pass something. So do we get to a stage where they're like, yeah, relegation's no more? But I don't think we'd stand for it in England, so there's no chance of it. But hey, it is with Farker. If a player wants out, they're gone, same as Bielsa. And I don't mind that, though, Leeds, man. I prefer someone who sticks to their principles, who isn't so wishy-washy. I prefer that. You know what I mean? And even sometimes it might be a hindrance to you, but I prefer that. So Nick Pope, that's an interesting one. Would I love him? Yeah, a no-brainer. Let's talk about some of the outgoings then. So we've got Joseph. Joseph could be on his way. Real Betis have been linked, but that's gone quiet. It seems to be more so coming from Strasbourg, Blue Core, that group. We know Betis targeted him in January, or at least we were told so by the club. We rejected any bid at that time. We'll have to wait and see. No, Ramazani's staying. Some madhead on Twitter said that Rangers were taking him on loan. I don't know where he's got that information from, why he believed that to be true, and why he felt it needed tweeting. But it is mad. Why would Leeds... Come on now. Anyway. Ilya Melier, of course. He's been linked to Manchester United and Chelsea in the past, but that's not happening, is it? So, I don't know what happens with him. I know it was Tyler. That was the thing. I know it was. I don't know why my camera's gone dodgy. Just one sec. Let me just start it up and back. Sometimes it does this. Let me just unplug it. Can you still hear me? I hope you can still hear me. Let me just restart that. Can you still hear me good? Phone's on a madness. If loving is a crime, baby, I'm guilty. Yeah. There we go. We're back. I don't, Richard. No, I don't think they will, mate. Scum away. Scum Army, sorry, says, want a strong core of players. Everyone that gone up last 2 years just didn't have it. It depends, mate. I apply context to everything. Because you could say we give him the first 10 games, but in them 10 games, you could play 6 of the top 6 and maybe pick up a few points, and then, we're way down, but you're looking at it and you're going, well, because all I will give you as a perfect case is Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace had one of their worst starts to the Premier League campaign last season. And this kept faithful Glasner. And next season, they're playing in the Europa League after winning the FA Cup. So I think context has to be applied. It's not as easy as just saying, give them 10 games. We have to apply context. Because what if, you know, in some of them games we've been cheated or something's happened or there's been a big injury and all that sort of stuff. You have to factor this in. So I don't think it's fair at this moment in time to just say 10 games and that's it. You have to apply context. But yeah, in terms of outgoings, we know the likes of Joffrey, Greenwood and that, they're going to exit stage left. Again, Melier could be a key one. Joseph would be a key one. Could we see someone like Gruev depart? Quick flip, make your money. Calvin comes in at 10 million. It's a no-brainer. Kelleher, he's gone now. Yeah, he's going to Brentford. Do a deal with selling Mateus and Petrovic. Mateus. Joseph, you mean. Yeah, I'm not sure, Nib. But then again, you point to the Greys. He's not done bad. European champion. Yeah. We've got Finley Gorman. I mean, he went to City, of course, but we've got Harry Gray. We've got Creswell's brother. So time yet. But in terms of incomings, what do we know up to this point? So we've had Gus Hamer. We tried for him in the summer. Will we go again? They didn't get promoted. Should be an easy deal to do. Everton in the race. You've got Emi Buendia. There's a lot of talks of a loan deal for Emi Buendia, which maybe the club might look to do. I do think they'll be smart with it. One thing I noticed, obviously, with the if you look at Burnley and Sunderland as such as well, even with Enzo Laffi, a lot of their loans were subject to clauses that meant if they got promoted, you must pay this. If you get promoted, you must pay this. So, for example, Burnley are tied in for 18 million, I think, for Jadon Anthony. He's shit. He's not good. And he's not good enough for Premier League. What Leeds United didn't do these clauses. If you look at them, we weren't like, oh, yeah, we'll loan you, and if we get promoted, we're going to be this. Which is good, right? So we're not tied in with that. So I don't know how a loan deal at Leeds could work. Zian Fleming, again, he's not good enough for Premier League, is he, Tyler? Let's be honest here. Jan Fleming is not good enough for Premier League. So we haven't got deals like that. So I'm not sure how a loan deal would work. And if it did, the loan deal would be, I don't think it would have, you know, if we get relegated, this, I'm not sure how it would work. Buendia's time has been and gone, based on what? Based on what? What makes you say such a thing? So much so that the Bundesliga champions took him last season for half of the season. Yeah, it weren't amazing. But why would his time have been and gone? Again, Jason, I would ask you to come back to reality and where Leeds United are. So you got a guy there who got injured, struggled to get game time in a Villa side that got to semi-final at Champions League. And then in January, the Bundesliga champions took him. Xabi Alonso took him. And you're telling me his time has been and gone and would be good for championship. What are we doing here? There needs to be a certain realisation of where we are. We're a newly promoted side. So you've got a guy who was in the Champions League squad. You then went to Bundesliga champions. Yeah, his time's been and gone for a newly promoted side. He's 28. He's worked with a manager previously. It's a good signing. It's a really good signing. So, again, on Premier League return, it'd be a good signing. And if he comes in and he bangs, well, DJ, yeah. I mean, Amiri was doing well. I think Amiri, where was Amiri at? No, he'd gone elsewhere. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, Florian Wirtz and all these players who were at Leverkusen, he had to compete with them. But he's not good enough for newly promoted Leeds who don't have a 10. It's madness. So, just having a look at his. So he played 11 times in the Bundesliga, started 3 games, scored 2 goals. So in 3 starts, he got 2 goals. And again, he came in January and was on the back of an injury. It's mad. And yeah, same Luke T. It really frustrates me. Who's making a decision that Emi Buendia's time is done? He was playing at the champions of Germany last season from January and started 3 games and scored 2 goals. We are a newly promoted side that do not have a 10. And we're saying, yeah, nah. The season before he got injured, he started 27 games for Villa. So, and played 38 in total. Come on, man. Big up Andrew Falk. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. At that age, it's all good, isn't it? It's all good. So, yeah, Buendia, again, as I say, if it's a loan, it's an easy deal to do. There's talk of Callum Wilson, of course. He's got an option for a year extended, but yeah. O'Reilly's been linked to. I've seen it this morning in a group I'm in. Gives a second. Everton is keen on signing Brighton midfielder Matt O'Reilly if Brighton sanction a move, but expect to face competition from other European clubs. So yeah, Matt O'Reilly, different there. Yeah, Everton. No, of course it is about opinions, but I'm just trying to, it's not even arguing, it's debating, I guess. It's like if I was sat in a pub and you said to me, Emi Buendia's shit, I would come with this and say, is he though? Is he? And this is why. And then you go, well, I don't agree. And then what will happen is, Jason, we'll come back to it, because this is what this is, right? Like being in pub with your mates, podcast and all that. We'll come back to it. I'll say, I told you Buendia would bang. And you go, you were right. Do you know what I mean? That's all that is. Buendia and Phillips have had a lot of injuries. Have they? Or you just know that he came on the back of an injury? Because all I see prior to the season he got injured is 38 games, 35 games, 39 games, 36 games, 38 games, 40 games. So where are these a lot of injuries? You mean one injury that he had that saw him out long term? Oh, he's an injury. Is he? I'm not sure. Yeah, exactly, man. Michael, again, he amassed. See, this is what I mean. If you're gonna come correctly, because that's bullshit. Because I'm gonna do some maths for you now, right? Championship, he played 38 games, 39 games, right? Okay. Maths, simple maths, quick maths, 77 in total. I'm going to now add up his Premier League games. 36 for Norwich, 35 one season for Villa, 38 the other season for Villa, 12 the last season for Villa, 121 games. So he's actually played more games in the Prem than he has in the Championship. What we can also do is throw in his 11 games in the Bundesliga if you want. So he's played 132 times in. Oh, hang on, let's add in his minutes for Getafe as well. So Getafe in La Liga, he played 6 in his first season, 17 in his second season. So he's played 155 games in Spain, Premier League, and Bundesliga combined. If we look at second division games, he's played 40 at Cultural Leonese and 39 and then 38. The math ain't mathing, bro. So he's actually played in top division almost double the amount of times he's played in a single division. This is what I'm saying when people just go, well, he's injured all the time, he's rubbish, his time's done, and he's played more in Championship. It's madness. It's silly and it's madness. So Emi Buendia would be a good sign. Callum Wilson out of contract striker again. He can't be the main number 9. Would he be willing to come to Leeds United to be that main? He'd probably want to be the main number 9. We can't guarantee him that just on his fitness alone. Manor Solomon, make it happen. It's a no-brainer. Make it happen, Leeds. Make it happen. It's gone quiet on Solomon. Gone really quiet on Solomon in terms of other clubs as well. So I think that could happen. We know Keller has gone, been linked to Nikola Kristovic from Leeds, 25-year-old striker. You want 25 million. Decore would be a good free Leeds, but he wants like 160 grand a week. Promise David from Union Saint Gallen, 23-year-old Canadian striker, scoring goals. Brighton also interested. Could you bring in someone like Promise Davis and Callum Wilson and then have Pope? I don't even need to know the name. I don't even need to know the name. All I will say to you is, when you hear things like that, just do a bit of fact checking. Because there was lies spoke on Solomon last season about how many goal involvements he had and how many getting. We was like, so just do a bit of fact checking, because simple Google search will tell you that it's bullshit. And I know this guy, man, would suck Buendia off like no tomorrow. And Farker. And now we're talking like he's no good. Madness. I've got another bloody water bubble in my roof. Good job I checked that, because that's ready to come in, that. Shit. Look at this. You see that water bubble there? That was the last one here. That was the last one there. It was bad weather yesterday. Boom. That'll be straight onto the landlord after this and moving my kit. Shit. Anyway, so yeah, Promise David. Daniel Peretz, the second choice goalkeeper at Bayern Munich. I don't know enough about him. And what I would always say with that, I'm always cautious after what happened with Kiko. Sean Longstaff. Good signing for us. Emre Tezgel, again, is another who we've been linked to season at Stoke City. I will be doing that after. Would I take Johansson from Stoke? I'm not sure. No is my answer. No. No. Let it pop, no, because I need my job, but he'll come and do it. They said that they fixed that last one, but obviously haven't fixed the hole because there's a new one. Yeah, sitting room settings. Do you remember, Jamie? We were sat in sitting room. Yeah, man, I remember that. Yeah, Edward Spurziana from Krasnodar. We retain interest in him. Boom. Beto's gone quiet. Watch this space. No, I won't get it moved now. It's not raining now. It's totally fine. It's really sunny outside. I'll get it done when we're finished. It won't come through yet. But it's a good job that I looked up in that moment. Aaron Creswell, I think, will go elsewhere, which is fine. We've got Junior Firpo contract talks. We think he's going to move, right? He's been wanted by AC Milan. He's been wanted by Lyon. And that one seems like it could happen. We know we've got cash there. Amassing around about 120 million, 30 million pound per player, we're saying. Transfer windows open from now till 10th and then opens again on 16th at 1st. Will we get deals done in that time? We will have to wait and see. What we need to do, though, is reinforce the areas that are needed. Goalkeeper, left-sided centre-back, left-back, 8, box-to-box, 10. Striker. 5-6. I know it is, bro. I'm gonna move it now. Don't worry, it's gonna get moved now. Yeah, no, I'm gonna. I will. I'll get it moved now because I need my windows sorting as well. Because they've this one doesn't open anymore. I think it's expanded. And it won't move. But yeah, my rent's gone up, so I'll be on him. Don't you worry about that. I'll get on him straight after this now. Yeah, look. We'll wait and see what happens, don't we? We'll see what the cookie crumbles. But as you know, I've got you covered, yeah? If you could pick one signing, who are you taking right now? Out of who we've been linked to or just in general? Yeah, Solomon deal, yeah. They might be sacking Postecoglou. Listen, if they sack Postecoglou, I sort of get it. I feel sorry for him a little bit. But what I would say is, go get Thomas Frank, and then Brentford are in a relegation. Out of the ones we've been linked to, let's go get Nick Pope. Nice and easy deal done. Boom. Sorted out there. But listen, folks, I'm going to shoot now because I need to sort that out. It only pissed down yesterday as well. It's been nice. So the fact that that came through, that's a worry. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell. And the next stream you see me doing, I might actually be in front room. I'll see you in a bit. Love, man. Bye-bye.